What's up, y'all? Welcome back to this week's Bourbon of the Week, Bachelor Party Edition. But if you haven't been here before, what we do is we take the bourbons in my collection, we rank them on price, taste, drinkability, we throw them on a ranking sheet, we see who breaks down to the number one bourbon that I have. I'm through the tunnel right now, so I'll make sure to get back at you when we get there. See ya! Here we are, Bachelor Party Garage. I was gonna do something a little rare for you, and I was gonna do the Buffalo Trace. A lot of you guys have probably heard it, but it's kind of hard to find. So my buddies actually got me a bottle. They brought me up a bottle of Widow Jane 10 years. This is a little bit easier to find, so this is what we're gonna do for our Bourbon of the Week. I'm actually gonna bring some of the boys in who wanna participate. Nice sound. See what their thoughts on it, give them a quick 1 through 10 review, and see who gets the closest out of the Bachelor friends. So let's do this. Up first, we got my boy Jeff. He's had a couple bourbons that he can tell you about himself. We're going to pour him up the Widow Jane, and we're going to do a little 1 through 10 review here. Not price, taste, and drinkability, but let's see what he thinks about it. So before we get started, everybody knows, time for the traditional sip. Cheers. Ooh, not too bad. I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
It's really smooth.
Very smooth. What proof is this? This is a 91 proof, so a little bit higher.
Like you can feel like the heat in the throat, but
not
it
the
doesn't.
ethanol.
No, it doesn't burn.
Right.
Some of the ones that I've had have burned. I really like the Woodford.
Mm-hmm.
Woodford's one of my favorites. I keep going back to that.
And you've had the Four Roses.
Yeah, I brought the Four Roses here.
So you've only had a few, but 1 through 10, you've seen my other reviews. What do you think you would put this at?
We gotta take another sip.
One more sip.
Yeah, there you go.
It actually is pretty good, especially being 91 proof, so keep that in mind.
91 proof?
91 proof.
Okay.
So it's not down there in the 80s. It's not up in the hundreds, though, obviously. So
I feel like it's gonna rank pretty high for me because it's up into the 90s, but it's super smooth.
Super smooth. So drinkability is real good. I have to look up the price on this. Who bought this for me?
Wasn't me.
Wasn't you. I think it was Jason. Let's go ask Jason real quick.
All right.
So we just found out $69.99 for this. So a $70 bottle. So that is a little expensive.
That's way more expensive than any bottle that I've
It's
ever got.
up there, and I mean, even the Blantons, which obviously we brought up for the special occasion this weekend, that's a $60 MSRP. You can't usually find it there, but $70 for a bottle of bourbon. But it does taste good.
But it tastes good.
And it is smooth.
You can definitely tell that it's worth the extra money.
Right.
I'm not sure that I would go out and pay $70, but
Right.
you can tell when you drink it that like the 32 bottles that I have, this is better than that.
I agree.
In my opinion.
It's better, but I don't know if it's $40 better than like a $30 Four Roses.
Oh my gosh, it's just so smooth.
It is so
I think I'm going to give this, so I'm ranking it 1 to 10, right?
1 to 10. Decimals involved.
Have to use a decimal.
Got it.
It's going to be up in the 9s for me.
In the 9s. I don't know if we have any in the 9s yet. I think 8.7 is my highest right now.
This is definitely the best bourbon that I've ever had.
You've had.
I'm going to give some room for some better ones out there, but I think it's going to get a 9.1 for me. I think 9.1 is fair.
9.1. Think it's fair. $70. 91 proof, though. I agree. It's definitely one of the better bottles that I've had. I just think the $70 price tag scares me, but I can agree with you that of the Four Roses or the Woodford, I think this tops those two for sure.
That's right. I guess I wasn't really taking into consideration when I gave my number the price on it, too.
Do you want to change it?
I kind of want to
change
it just a little bit.
All right, what are we dropping it to?
We have to drop it a little bit because of the price.
Okay.
I actually think that the fair number for this for me is going to be
8.4. And I think I'm going to be down there close. Lock it in.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be down there, right around there. We'll see where it falls. The price is definitely going to affect the score on this. It's got the taste and it's got the drinkability. So we'll see what we call it. But cheers. Let's get a couple guys in here. Up next, we got our man Josh. He's an official Jaybird. Apparently, I don't get to be part of the club, though, even though my middle name's James, but we'll get to that another time.
I didn't know that till yesterday.
We just found out I'm an honorary member, whatever that means. But before we get started, time for the traditional sip. Again, I need your 1 through 10 score. Use your decimals. You know the rules, price, taste, drinkability, but I don't need an individual score. What do you think of it off the rip? What do you think you would give it as a score? Feel free to say anything.
I think I think it would be 7.4.
7.4. You don't like the price on it.
The price is the thing.
$70 is tough.
Tastes good.
Tastes good. Pretty smooth.
No kick.
No kick. I agree. Especially for a 91 proof.
Is 91?
91 proof.
This is bottle 366.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, smooth.
7.4. So that's what we're going to get from Jaybird number 1. Let's get Jaybird number 2 in right away. Up next, we got our boy Jason. He's an honorary. You're a regular Jaybird. He's a freaking founding member over here. So we're going to see what he thinks. He's part of this bottle, coming in all the way from Texas. 91 proof, Jason. Price, taste, drinkability. I just need a straight score across all 3. I don't need each one individually. Let me know what you think about it. Cheers. Time for the traditional. I don't need to say it again.
Cheers.
I think it's pretty smooth. Jaybird Josh number 1 said it was pretty smooth. Jeff thinks it's pretty smooth.
I think it's delicious.
I think everybody's problem is that $70 price tag.
Yeah, but I think it's worth a $70 price
I think
tag.
it's
honestly.
worth $70.
I'd put this up way higher than Redemption, that's for sure.
Oh,
I'd go 7.59.
7.59. Solid score. Very specific. So we'll see where this falls. Jaybird number 2 coming in hot here. Anything you want to say to the fans?
Go Flyers.
Go Flyers. They suck. They lost. Up next, another regular Jaybird. Up next, regular Jaybird. Jake. Coming in hot. 3 Jaybirds in a row here. I think we have 3 of the 4 founding members here. I don't even know how many there are. I'm just pissed I can't be a part of it. So anyway, before we get started, everybody knows, time for the traditional sip.
Cheers.
Cheers. So Jake, you know how it goes. Price, taste, drinkability. It's a 91 proof, $70 bottle. What are your first thoughts on it, and where do you think you rank it?
Delicious.
Delicious.
It's definitely delicious.
Everybody likes it.
This is very good. Drinkability is really
Smooth.
It's high. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's smooth.
Yep.
The taste is good.
Agreed.
$70.
$70. It's
Okay.
tough.
That is tough. So this is really good though.
I agree. It's better than most of the bottles I've had, but the price tag is the only thing that...
The price tag is definitely high.
Agreed.
And I think that's what kind of affects it. I think that's kind of what everyone's going to say about it.
Agreed.
But it is delicious.
Agreed. I
And
think
I
it
definitely
deserves
recommend
to
it.
be one of the top ones, but it's how far at the top or if it's number 1.
Yeah, I would have to say like 7.88.
7.88. Not a bad score.
Yeah.
We'll see where that falls. I think that puts it in the upper echelon, in the top
Yeah.
5 or 7 there. So we'll see where that falls, and we'll see what the full score is at the end. But let's get a couple more guys in here and finish this up.
Cheers.
Whoop. Good work, boys. Up next, we got my boy Andre coming at you. Taking a shot of Hennessy because he needs something to compare it to, you know? He hasn't had bourbon before, so we're going to see what he thinks Widow Jane compared to the Hennessy, and he's going to give us our score. Cheers. Yeah, you're not... That's fine. So the way I do it, if you haven't seen the videos, Andre, price, taste, drinkability, it's a $70 bottle, and it's 91 proof. So what's your Hennessy over here? This is an 80 proof. 40% alcohol. This is 45.5% alcohol. So a little bit more alcohol. What you think, though, off the bat?
Definitely more expensive,
Yeah.
but it's worth the price.
You
though.
think it's worth it?
Yeah,
It's more smooth?
I would think.
Take the
it was-
Hennessy and let's see what your final thoughts are.
Final thoughts. I drink too much. No, I'm kidding.
Don't we all?
Now, I would say bourbon goes down smoother than Hennessy does.
Gotcha.
I know Hennessy gets me where I need to be.
That's true.
I just don't know if that will get me where I need to be at the end of the day. But based off of the facts of the alcohol,
Yep.
I would say that it would. So,
Okay. So 1 through 10, you can use your decimals. Where do you rank this?
give me the categories one more time.
Price, taste, drinkability.
Drinkability still 9.9.
9.9 on drinkability.
Actually, I would just give it a flat 10.
Straight 10 on drinkability. Taste,
I would give that a 9.
a 9. And then the price.
Price, I would have to give about a 7.
So that's going to give us an 8.67, which is pretty average to what everybody else gave it. So I think you got a good score on there, and let's see where this finally falls. Cheers.
Smooth.
Smooth.
Burns a little bit.
Burns a little.
I like it. Yeah.
Tastes
not bad.
good?
Yeah, it tastes good.
Price, $70. What do you
I
give
would
it?
never
1 out
buy
of
it.
10.
7.
7. Solid 7. Cheers. Before we get into my review after everybody else here tried it, let's drop a little knowledge bomb on you with our bourbon bomb of the week this week. And this comes presented straight from Widow Jane itself. Now, Widow Jane, it says right here, pure limestone mineral water from the legendary Rosedale mines of New York. And what Widow Jane does is they distill this bourbon in Kentucky. So it's a Kentucky straight bourbon. It's actually a Kentucky blended bourbon, not a blend of straight bourbons. And what they do is they actually proof this down with water out of those limestones, mineral water from New York, which is a pretty cool way to do it, I guess, using a specialty type of water. I don't know if that actually affects the taste of this, but it does proof it down. I'm kind of curious what they proof it at before they water it down, and I'm sure they have bottles out there that they don't use the mineral water in to proof it down. But there's a little bourbon bomb for you on the Bachelor Party Weekend. I don't know if I could say that 5 times. But let's get back into my actual review. Getting straight into drinkability on this, like everybody else in the review said, it's pretty easy to drink. You don't really taste too much outside of the actual flavors on this when it comes to the ethanol, so I'm going to give this a pretty good score. I'm going to give this a straight 9.0 on drinkability. I think that's where it belongs. It's a 91 proof. A lot of the ones that we have are lower proofs, and they're still got a little bit of kick, and the higher proofs usually have a pretty good kick. This doesn't have much kick at all, not much ethanol flavor. So for a 91 proof, I'm going to give this a straight 9.0 on drinkability. And that's going to bring us into flavor on this. The flavors, they're okay. They're not great getting into, my second glass of this. It has your vanilla, it has your caramel, it has your oak. Nothing overwhelming. The rye really comes out at the end. This is an undisclosed mash bill on this, so it does taste like it is a high rye, if you ask me, or at least some type of rye in here, because it has that spice, it has that pepper, which subsides pretty quickly, actually. That spice at the end really kind of subsides quickly, but it lasts really long in the mouth, so you don't need drink after drink of this, which makes it another good thing for a 90 proof bourbon. And the fact that it's $71, it'll probably last you a little bit longer than an 80 proof bourbon that you gotta sip and sip and sip. So for taste, I don't want to give it too great of a score because it's nothing special, it's nothing overwhelming. I'm gonna give it like a 7.9 on taste. And where this bottle is really gonna struggle, like we've talked about already, $70 for a bottle of Widow Jane. You can get a bottle of Blanton's right here, $60 MSRP if you can find it. Even Four Roses coming in at $30, $35, the small batch. I think they compare well. So for a $70 bottle, I don't want to give this a good score on price at all. It's getting really expensive. I know they've only started in 2012, so they're a relatively newer company when it comes to the bourbon world. So let's give this like a 6.5 on price. So that's going to give it a total of 7.8 and drop it in a little bit lower. I think it's like 14th on the list right there. And I think what really hurts this bottle over everything else is that price. Again, the drinkability is there, the taste is pretty good, but that price at $70 is really just going to kill a bottle like this. Once they get a little bit older and they get a little more inventory in their shelves, I think that they're going to find that they can price this down a little bit and they'll be able to compete with the big boys because they have everything else going for them. So that's where it's going to fall on this Bachelor Party Weekend. I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate the boys who bought me the bottle, and I appreciate everybody who got to, be a part of the video this week. So that's what it's going to be. Maybe we'll do a wedding video coming up in November. We'll see if the wife lets me do that. I doubt she will, but who knows? Maybe we get a bottle of bourbon and do something for the wedding. But thank you everybody for being here. I'll see you guys next week. Please hit that like. Please hit that subscribe. Don't drink and drive. Drink responsibly. And as always, wash your hands. I know I'm here with the boys, but pandemic ain't over, y'all. Y'all got tested.